Hey, what's up guys? Pat Burke, and this is session number 5 of the False Grips training program. So today what we have for you, we have a false grip lean that we're going to be doing. As we do in all of our sessions, we're going to hit up a little bit of lean work. The first 4 sessions we were keeping it pretty easy and just only slowly progressing. Today I'm going to show you a few more things that you can do to kind of progress that false grip lean as it is right now in this low ring situation. After our grip work, the lean, we're going to go to our push-pull, which is going to be today a ring row hold. It's going to be a feet elevated ring row, which is quite a bit different. A hold plus max reps. We'll do 3 sets of that, and we're going to be supersetting it with banded tempo, banded dips like we did in one of our last sessions. And then finally, we have another new thing. So quite a bit going on in this session. We have banded basket transitions, and so I really want to point this out. This is we're now adding more speed into our transitions. And just getting a little bit more dynamic, and this one always trips people up, so make sure to watch this video. So quickly, oh yeah, and then sorry, we're going to be doing our core work today. I believe it's hollow rocks, so just getting that core work with our transitions. All right, so a quick run through of the movements. Grip work today, like I said, is false grip lean, and to this point we've been keeping it pretty easy. The first few sessions we were keeping our fingertips off, possibly staying in a bent elbow position and only working on straightening out the arms. And so today, session number 5, we're almost at halfway point. Where we're going to be progressing is that we need to think about is to an overhead position. So we're going to be allowing our fingertips to get all the way around the false grip. We have that heel of the palm over the top of the grips there, and we're progressing down into a little bit more of a vertical position. Possibly just getting some more body weight on here, and also you'll notice that I'm straightening my arms out. So definitely getting to the point where we're getting more body weight, and then also a little bit more maybe kind of leaning into it, ducking our head through so we can get our arms up above our head, and just stretching these muscles out and getting them familiar with that position, because eventually we're going to be hanging over here. Make sure chalk up the heel of the hand when you're doing that false grip. All right, so the next thing we got today, guys, is our ring row plus max reps. And so the setup's probably going to be something like this, where we have our grip, our rings hanging in a low position, and we're going to put a box out here to where I can set my heels on, and then I'm going to have this position. Notice I'm just keeping the bands on there. Oh, I guess I don't need to. I'm going to use them for the transition work later on. So ideally, I'm actually maybe a little low in this position, but it's okay. So what we're going to do is do a hold in this position right here, and it's calling for 20 seconds, which I'll go ahead and admit is kind of long. After holding for, we'll say 15 to 20 seconds, then I'm going to get max reps all the way down and all the way up, until I can no longer do it. And you'll know when you can no longer do it. The goal here is to get 5 to 10. I've seen as many as 12 to 15. 5 to 10 is a little bit more realistic. And this is pretty max effort sort of stuff, so just be prepared to struggle and for it to be pretty difficult. We're going to superset our pull over here. I have a new setup for the banded dip. So this is just another way you can, instead of putting the bands through the false grips, you can kind of get some different stimulus, some different feeling of the banded dip. So we've got the tempo, 3 at the top, 2, 3 to the bottom, 1 hold, 1 press. 2, 3 at the top, 2, 3 at the bottom. Make sure that bottom's secure. 1 hold, 1 press. We only want 5 to 8 reps. Keeping quality clean, allowing it to feel good. And we're just going to go back and forth between these 2 movements for 3 sets. The final thing that we got today is our banded basket transitions. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this camera around and show the different variations in how this can work. So a lot of people trip up on this. Really, the thing you need to do is just modify until you're feeling comfortable with it. So basically what I'm going to do is put a band in the false grips. We're using that 1/2 inch band. I always recommend that. The 1/2 inch band works for everything. With my feet directly underneath the false grips and a chalked heel of my hand on the false grips because I'm holding a false grip, is I'm gonna, just like before with the toe assisted transitions, except I'm gonna lean back a little bit more, and I'm gonna use my feet here. As I'm leaning back, I'm gonna pull my body towards the rings and I'm gonna catch in the bottom of the depth. And so that's where I'm gonna begin with this banded basket transition. And it actually, I'll kind of demonstrate it even up a little bit higher, kind of a higher position where I'm leaning back. I have my false grip, arms are straight. I'm gonna pull the rings to me and I'm gonna transition over the top. As I feel comfortable with that, I can drop my body by dropping my hips closer to the ground and come from a lower angle back to the false grip, back to the catch rather. Now, as I get really comfortable with this, I'm all the way down. Something I can do is that I can, right? And I'm using less foot, and I can try both feet. Finally, when I'm getting really comfortable with how this works, what I can do is sit my butt on the ground, and then I can lift one leg up and give myself a little push. I can see the camera's not catching the ground here. I'm gonna even move it over to an angle here. So here it is again. I'm sitting my butt fully to the ground, and I'm gonna give myself a little spot with one leg while the other leg lifts off the ground. Arms are straight and I'm leaning back, and then I'm going to catch in this position. So real quick, the whole progression. My feet are directly underneath the rings here, and I'm going to pull to me to a catch. Notice my eyeballs looking straight forward. As I feel comfortable with that, I could drop to a lower degree, a lower angle. So now I'm recognizing that my body's underneath the rings, pulling the catch, and I can get all the way down. Basically my butt's on my heels. Okay. Then what I can do is lift one leg all the way down. Now what I can do is scoot my foot a little bit more forward so my butt is now underneath the rings. Now I can push myself, and also right here, notice how I have a foot on the ground when I catch. I can also lift a foot and practice a full catch. Again, might seem silly, but go try both feet. So now I got one foot. The final thing I can do is lift both feet off of the ground, or sorry, have both feet forward, and then do a full catch. And kind of as before, there's like a lot of little progressions in here. I can catch myself here and not have to catch my full body load right here. So this one's got a lot of pieces to it, but it's really cool because it's showing us the rotation that's involved in the muscle up and how the rings are pulling down in front of us and our body needs to rotate over the top. Couldn't do that so much with the toe assisted transition. Later on we'll be doing some negatives, kind of piecing all of the movements together, but this one's pretty good. What we're going to do is superset this with hollow rocks. Again, either a hollow hold right here for 15 to 20 seconds, or if you want to move it a little bit, is do our rocking position. And we're going to go back and forth on that. This whole session is going to be pretty aggressive on the lats and the shoulders and stuff. So again, make sure to stretch all of that out in all the different ways when you finish up. All right, guys, holler at me if you got questions.